Hey everyone, happy Friday. It's New Life for Jen, or Jen. I am on the Back to Basics WLS channel today. I am your Friday vlogger. My regular YouTube name is candj1977. I am sorry I'm coming to you today like a hot mess. I am running around like crazy trying to get stuff done for the weekend and work, and it's Friday and crazy as always. So I'm going to go over the topic real quick. The topic for this week is, what are your expectations, or what were your expectations of living in goal range? If you are currently in your goal range, is it different than you thought it would be? And what are some of the things you would like to see, or are you experiencing in maintenance? My expectation of what goal was going to be like, I really didn't put a lot of thought like what I wanted it to be like. I just knew in my head I wanted to hit the number. And I know to a lot of people the number didn't matter, but to me it did. I wanted to see 145, and that was my motivation. That was what drove me to get to goal. Was that number. It was a number I was after. And, you know, as stupid as it sounds now, that's what fueled my wanting to get to goal. So I really didn't think about what it was going to be like once I got there. I was just worried about getting there, and I figured that I would figure the rest out when I got here. So when I hit goal in January of 145, I thought, okay, at first it's this big thrill of excitement of hitting your weight goal. But then at the same time, you come to this low point because for so long you've been striving to lose, and then all of a sudden it's over. It's done. It's the magic of, you know, seeing the scale drop was done, or so I thought. And it was actually kind of emotional because my relationship with the scale was good through my losing phase. If I worked my butt off, I always saw a loss. And so I had a good relationship with the scale when I hit goal. So it was kind of like losing a part of it because I wasn't going to have to lose anymore. And, you know, your whole life, all I've known is having to either lose weight or not eat this or not do that. So it was kind of a weird experience. So when I hit this 145, I was like, okay, I want to be between 140 and 145. Well, within 3 months, I had dropped down into the 130s. I think I had hit like 139 in February, and I just kept telling myself, okay, my body's gonna stop when it wants to stop. And in this process, I did a lot of photo documenting with myself, so that I could go back and say, this is where I liked myself at this weight, or this is what I looked like at this weight, because I did continue to keep dropping. Well, once I got into the lower 130s, I knew that was it. That's the lowest I wanted to be. I've seen the 120s, and I just didn't like myself there physically. Everything gets to a certain point where it really starts to sink in, and the wrinkles get worse, and everything looks worse. So I knew that the low 130s was what made me feel comfortable. But getting there and staying there was not what I expected. I thought after I got to goal that I would have to stay, around 1,200 calories, and, I would still have to be right on my money with the protein and be right on my money with low carb, or I would gain. Well, for me, it doesn't work like that. When I would stay at these 1,200 calories and stay with, all protein, lower carb, I lose. I still lose. I just do. I don't know if it's because I built enough muscle to help me maintain a higher, resting metabolism, or if my daily activity I'm burning. I don't calculate calories burned, so if it ever got to the point where I was dropping and I was getting sickly, I would literally start doing that to make sure, I was doing things correctly. But for my own sanity, I do not count calories burned because I would want to be eating those. If I got, I had the body bug for like 2 weeks, and I didn't like it because I thought, this is just not going to work for me. I think that was like in month 3, I'd get the body bug or whatever it is, and I'm like, I'm literally going to be playing games with myself on how to consume more calories all the time because it's telling me I burned this many. So for me now, I always am the type of person where I'll just keep playing with numbers. I'll raise this, I'll lower that, I do this, I do that. That's how I did my losing phase. If I got to a point where one week I saw or didn't see what I wanted to, I'd start playing with numbers. I'd increase this, decrease that, drink more water, you know, whatever I had to do to make the scale move, I would do it weekly. I played with my numbers weekly. People will ask me, you know, well, how many calories did you eat and what did you do? I played with numbers all the time in my losing phase. I didn't stay between certain calories. I would move it all the time. For between 800 and 1200, I would change it up. Every day my calorie was different because I wanted to keep my body guessing. So I thought when I got to maintenance that 1200 calories a day would keep me where I needed to be. Well, that's not true for me. I still lose at 1200 calories a day. I will still lose at 1400 calories a day. And sometimes I'll still lose at 1600 calories a day. And that's the God's honest truth. Here lately I keep it between 1600, it seems like, and 2000. For this week, I weighed it at 130.6. So I'm down, and I'm up in calories this week, but I am doing insanity. So I don't know, that's extra cardio, and I might be burning something more. So it's not what I expected it to be. I expected it to be not easy in the fact that I'd get to do more bad things, but just easier in the fact of, oh, I can do 1200 this, and I thought I could just like level out and just have normalcy. But once again, for me, I have to play with my numbers all the time. If the scale gets too low, I have to put food in my mouth to get it to stay where I want it to stay. So I've said it before in my weekly updates that how I play this game right now and what works for me is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and pretty much all day Friday. I'm on it. I drink my water. I pick protein first. I've been averaging anywhere from 90 to 110 grams of protein. Like I said, 1,600 to 2,000 calories a day, even during the week. I am upping my protein because I'm trying to make sure my body's good and settled for plastics. But, and then on the weekends, I do kind of what I want to do. And that works for me. I'm not suggesting that to anybody else. This is the game I've had to play to figure out how I can maintain my weight and not continue to still lose. So Friday night, if we go to dinner, I'll have some chips and salsa, or I'll have a couple bites of dessert, or you know, and then Saturday, you know, if I go to a cookout, I will have, you know, I don't count on the weekends. I just groove with what everybody else is doing, and it's in a much smaller portion, but it does increase the calories. I would probably say sometimes on a Saturday, I'm probably up to 2,500 calories. I don't know, because I don't count on the weekends. I just let myself go. And for some reason right now, it's balancing my weight between 130 and 135. So by the time I come off of a weekend of eating what I want, I might be 134. And then like today, Friday, I'm 130. So I don't know. That is my deal. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It's much harder than losing. Just because you always had to look forward to, I always looked forward to a loss. I always looked forward to weighing in on Fridays. I enjoyed seeing the number go down. Now sometimes I have to make that number go up, and that messes with your head. And so to me, maintenance is a lot harder than the losing phase was. So, you know what? Work in progress, and what's working for me right now might not work for me in 3 months. So I roll with the punches, and I continually change things to balance what I can do with my weight loss in my life. So that is my take on it. It might have been a little off what the topic was, but That's the best way I can explain it for my crazy life and situation. But I love you guys. I hope you have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.